On the studio, looks good there. Got the radio thing going. Mr. Rhea D'Oliverva here from the Ruston Community Men's Shed, nonprofit organization, Farmerville Highway behind Landry's Seafood. We're going to talk about the Men's Shed. We're also going to talk about what's coming up, which is Shedfest. Shedfest 2023. This thing right there, Shedfest. So help us help more. You know what to do with these messages. Push them out there far and wide for folks. All right, time now is 8:32. I am Rick Godley. I think we got the Facebook page, the streams, and Mr. Rhea D'Oliverva is in the studio here at the new Rue 102. But also, Ray, we are streaming live right to the Ruston Community Men's Shed. So we're going to take this time to just talk about who you are, why you do what you are, and for me personally, and I heard you talking with Doug Postel around the corner, Q94.1, he was integral in the formation of the Ruston Community Men's Shed. Beulah Laster was the inspiration to all the perspiration that's going on. Let's go back to your first time you ever heard about the concept of Men's Shed. When was that and where was that?
Well, the first time I heard about it was when Miss Beulah.
There you go.
We're not on, huh?
No, we're on now.
Okay, good.
Go ahead.
The first time I heard about the Men's Shed was when Beulah held a meeting at the Civic Center in early March of 2018. I had found a flyer when I was out at Tool City the day before that said it was coming, and I thought, that sounded interesting. I think I'll go see it. And I'll go listen in and see what this is all about. And that's when I met Miss Beulah, really, for the first time.
Right.
And she challenged us. She went through the whole thing. There wasn't but a handful of folks there. I think 4 of us. And, but I got inspired by what she was saying and went home and researched a little bit about men's sheds and liked what I saw. And so I told her I'd be involved in helping her do what I could to help her get it going. And we ended up opening in November of that same year.
Well, the whole thing, and by the way, I was there and very fortunate to be part of that whole process from the inception. And here she was just getting a word out about a concept called Community Men's Shed that literally grew organically. And I want to say Ireland was the first time, or the British, maybe Scotland and Australia, but not known well in the United States, that this literally grew out of men primarily. And by the way, Ruston Community Men's Shed, EOE, Equal Opportunity for All. It's a community men's shed. But the thing was, Ray, retirement's not cranked up for all it's supposed to be.
No.
And touch on that.
Yeah, the original men's sheds actually started in Australia.
Okay.
25 plus years ago. I don't remember exactly. But they were originally started as a place for retired men to get together and get out of the house. So many men retire, they go home and sit down and don't do anything, and their health deteriorates, they get depressed and isolated, and then their health deteriorates and they're gone. And it was an opportunity to try to avoid that, and that was the genesis of it to begin with.
Right. Well, and also this has been proven to be communally healthy, not only for the individual, but for the community. And when we say community, we're talking about all ages, stages, phases, races, as well as genders. And when people come together, 2 or more, good things are happening.
That's right. And we are open to men and women 18 and up. I used to tell people we'd take members between 18 and 88, but I think we got 1 or 2 older than that now.
Yeah, don't put a cap on it, man.
We can't cap it off.
All right, well, by the way, what prepared you for this moment? Because, you know, you're legendary in Lincoln Parish. When and where did you get the hunger and hankering to, like, you know what? I want to know about tools. I want to know about, it's on aisle 4. Somebody's coming for a 3-penny nail. Tell us a little bit about the Rhea D'Oliverva story, and because I'm not that,
no,
but I respect that, and I'm glad I know people that know that.
Well, my dad was always doing something when I was growing up, so I learned a lot from him. I always was interested in woodworking, and once I got old enough, after I was married, I started buying a few tools and gradually built up and reading. I didn't ever get to take a shop class except once in the 8th grade. I had a shop class, but
What school was that?
Ruston Junior High.
All right.
Not Ruston. Marshall Junior High, Marshall,
Okay.
Texas.
All right.
But that was the only shop class, only official woodworking class I took. The rest of it's been from watching my dad and learning on my own. And it was just a hobby that interested me, and I've developed it over the years. But my dad was the type that would try anything once. And so I've kind of picked up on that, and I just enjoy doing it.
All right, Ruston Community Men's Shed, 2018, the inspiration, and I overheard Doug, and Doug was instrumental in getting the first place for the space, which was the Delta Community College campus, which has now gone through a revision. So you guys had to be like the hermit crab and get up and move out of that building into another building. And now you're up on Farmerville Highway. And it's a nonprofit organization. Memberships welcome. Please come and check it out. And then also donations, because Beulah and you and Tommy Folk and others managed to get an incredible amount of equipment donated. That's still going on, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's amazing to me, and it's something I point out to people every time they come to visit us. But we have a shop full of woodworking equipment, everything and anything you could imagine almost. Just all the different equipment, and every bit of it is either the equipment itself or the money to buy it has been donated by this wonderful community. And it has been a joy to watch it grow and to watch what's happened and the support that we've had from the community over the years.
Sure enough, the Ruston Community Men's Shed, Rhea D'Oliverva here. I don't know, are you officially, have you been elected, or did you volunteer? Because everybody stepped backwards at that day when we said we need a shop foreman. Or is that just an ex officio title?
No, Miss Beulah came to me before we opened and said she wanted me to take that position. And I agreed to do it. Actually, it was a fulfillment of about a 40-year dream.
Wow.
I had roughly 40 years, maybe not quite that long, but I had dreamed one time of running a shop like that where people could come and do things.
Right.
It was a little different idea in my brain, but when the time was right, the Lord put me in the right spot to be there as part of it, and it's been a joy to be a member of it.
Awesome. Ruston Community Men's Shed is on Farmerville Highway and there is a she shed. And matter of fact, all you need to do is have a want to go and show up and either learn or share your learning of what you know. And I even heard Doug, he referred to himself as a schmuck. I'm from Jersey. I'm a real schmuck, but I don't know what you know and the skills. So this is an opportunity for mentoring, no pun intended, and women-touring of a shoulder to shoulder, I think is the motto of you teaching me the skills and I actually do the work, or generationally down too.
Correct. And that's what we tell folks. They'll come to us all the time and say, hey, I need such and such done. And we say, well, come on, we'll help you do it. That's the way we look at it.
Right.
Because we do have several of us there that can show you how to run the equipment. We're not going to leave you stranded. We're going to stay right there with you until you feel comfortable with some equipment. And we've got folks that have come in and didn't know anything about woodworking, didn't know how to start. Now they're designing and building their own projects and teaching others how to do it. So it's very much a growing and learning. Very
much so. What I also understand, as we talked about the growth of, the birth of the genesis of the concept of a community men's shed, at that time when Beulah was here, and oh, by the way, it's almost as if when she left us, she looked at you and said, all right, y'all got this, I'm checking out, because it was it the first anniversary of the first year, and the night before she just decides to die?
Yep, that's right. And we lost her the day before our first anniversary.
And job well done, good and faithful servant, right?
That's it. And the things that she had hoped to do for others, the shed was doing for her at that time.
That's right.
It really did. It was a joy to watch her and her excitement.
All right, so coming up on the 29th of this month, it is a concept called Ruston Community Men's Shed Fest. This is going to be the third one, and a maker's market, correct? Talk about that.
is we will have around the outskirts of our building, we will have a number of different booths set up. We have a lot of the area makers and artisans that will be coming to set up. A wide variety of artists coming to sell their wares, to demonstrate, to show what they've been making and give people an opportunity to buy gifts. Won't be long before Mother's Day will be showing up, so this is a good time to come shopping.
Well, and also to walk the floor to get a grip of an understanding of like what the heck are we talking about?
Yes, we will have tours of the shed. We will have the men's shed. We'll have our own booth. There was a picture of it up a moment ago.
All right.
Of the booth that's the booth from last year.
Okay.
I think it was. But anyhow, the shed will have their own booth. There'll be others. I'll have my booth. There'll be, like I say, numerous other things. We should have a couple of food trucks there, so you get hungry or thirsty, there'll be something to eat. We have one of our members that has built a red oak glider. We're going to do a silent auction on it that day. The highest bidder will get to take it home with them. And it's a beautiful glider. We hate to see it leave because it's comfortable to sit in. But we are looking forward to doing that. But it'll be a chance just for you to get to meet and see other vendors and see some of the artistry that's going on around this area.
And it is a nonprofit organization, and sometimes you all roll up your sleeves and you create some things to sell, like what we're looking at right now.
Yes.
Do you have these out there for sale this year?
We will have a few this year.
Okay.
Those were built out of cedar lumber. And cypress lumber. Mm-hmm. And we have run out of the cypress right now that was donated to us, so we're looking for a supply of cypress again before we build more. But we do have a few left. I don't remember exactly how many right now, but
Okay. All right, one more thing, too, I want to let the light shine on. Again, when things come together and people work together, good things happen. I talked with Tommy one time, and then you out there at the men's shed about the bunk bed project.
Yes.
Can you share that with the class here today?
All right. We do a lot of trying to do community service projects when we get the chance, and this was one we came up with. We realized there's people around town that don't have beds to sleep in. The kids are sleeping on the floor because they don't have a bed.
That's mind-blowing.
And so we have started, as we find out the needs, and we go through other community action groups to help us find these folks. But we find folks that need a bed, and we've actually built bunk beds that they can take, and all they got to do is add the mattress to it at that point. A few of the early ones, we were able to have some donated mattresses even, but that's dried up, been used up, so don't have any right now. But we've built several of those beds. They're either bunk beds or a single bed. We've done them both ways. And we've built the beds and delivered them to the people that need them. We also had the opportunity this past year to build a workbench for a veteran.
Wow.
He had been to there's a man up in Canada that holds a woodworking program and invites folks to come up to it. Rob Kosman is his name. He invites veterans that are injured, veterans that need something to do to come up. He teaches them woodworking, flies them up there and pays for their time in the show and gives them that and sends them home with hand tools. And then there's a group out of Texas that started following up, and then when they build the workbench for that person to have. And we had the opportunity to build a workbench for a veteran over in Mississippi, in Vicksburg, here last year. And that was quite a project too. But we do enjoy those community service type projects.
Sure. And once again, just to remind folks, it's a nonprofit organization depending upon the kindness of strangers in either cash and or material or creative ideas on how the Ruston Community Men's Shed can even grow further, because the beauty of this, Ray, is that as it's working here in Lincoln Parish, other communities, other parishes, other counties across the United States. I mean, we were the fourth one in the United States. Am I right on that?
Yes.
The fourth one. And so if y'all need help in counseling, you call Ray, call Tommy, or just come to Ruston and Lincoln and see the operation in operation.
And yes, and we were the fourth. There's now, I think, around 21 or 22 sheds in the United States. And there's only one other one I know of in the South. We were the first one in the South. There is one in Florida. I think they're more just a social group rather. I don't think they have a shop yet. But they do a lot of touring of businesses and you know, those types of things. But just kind of a gathering group, gather and eat group.
Shed in name only. I know it kind of reminds me of a Bible study I got involved with, and I'll protect those that I was involved with. That after you studied it all, we just finally turned into, after 8 years, a margarita sampling society. And all right, let's get serious one more time. This coming, actually, it's getting closer. It's April 29th. Shed Fest.
2 weeks from Saturday, yeah. It's real close.
Anything you need? What about makers? Are you all sold out of makers?
We can use a few more makers if they contact us. They can look up phone number on the Facebook.
Right.
The phone number on the Facebook is my personal cell phone, so I'm always available, and we can sure work with them. So we're in good.
Rhea D'Oliverva, our guest here on the new Rue 102. See you at Shed Fest. If not, if you have any questions or comments, two things: either call, but better yet, go. Walk in and see and go like, wait a second, this all happened. It's amazing when somebody's vision, Beulah's, opportunity meets preparedness. That's the definition of luck. But this community obviously was prepared with you being there, Tommy as well, and others that I'm not giving props and shout outs to. Should I tell anybody you want to acknowledge? Because people do good things and they sometimes just want to remain anonymous.
Well, we have a good group of core people that come, pretty consistently. Dean Kirby would be one of the other ones I would name right now.
Okay.
He's been very active with us. And he's a retired physician here in town. And there's several others. The group kind of comes and goes, depending on what's happening. But John Payne is another one of our original members that's still with us and does a wonderful job of helping and teaching. And so there's a good solid core of us that are there most of the time.
And room for more always.
Always room for more.
Ray, thanks for all that you do. Shed Fest coming up. I heard Doug say he'll be there. I'll be there as well. And let's make the most of it, my friend.
Looking forward to it. It's going to be an exciting day.
There you go. April 29th. Let's get back to the music here. XM 102. Tell 3 people about this radio station. We are the new Rue 102.